Hello everyone, this is Jennifer. So our next question in matrices is find the adjoint of A matrix and hence show that adjoint A is equal to, which is equal to A determinant into I. So adjoint A, okay, you're supposed to find out the adjoint A first. So minus 5, 7, minus 2 and 3, that is what they have given. So let us find out the determinant. Determinant is, so you just cross multiply. So minus 5 into 3, 7 into minus 2. So minus 15 plus 4. So 7 2s are 14, minus into minus plus of 14, which is equal to minus 1. So the cofactors. Now let us find the cofactors because we need to find out the adjoint A. So the cofactor of minus 3, minus 5, which is minus 1 into 1 plus 1, the first row plus first column, into, if you hide the other element, it only the 3 remains because the column is hidden and the row is hidden of the 5. So 3. So 3 into plus, so minus 1 square is minus into minus plus. So plus 1 into 3 is 3. Okay, so like that only you're supposed to find out the cofactor for each and every thing. So when you find the cofactor, you're supposed to write the cofactor matrix in the same order how it is there of the matrix A. So adjoint A is nothing but the transpose of cofactor matrix, just the transpose. So 3, 2, minus 7 and minus 5. So when you change the row to column and the column to row, it will become 3, 2, minus 7 and minus 5. So this is nothing but adjoint A. Therefore A adjoint A is equal to A matrix into the adjoint A matrix. So the row 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 row. So the resultant will be 2 into 2 matrix. So 15 into 3. 15 3s are 5 into 3, 15. 5 into 7 into 2, 14. So minus and plus. So if you multiply each thing, you get the A adjoint A. So A adjoint A is minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1. So now if you take minus 1 in order to cancel the minus say outside, if you take minus 1 outside, so 1, 0, 0, 1, which is equal to A into adjoint A, which is equal to determinant A into I. So the determinant A is into determinant A is minus 1. Okay, so you're not taking minus 1 as common outside, I'm sorry. The determinant value is minus 1. So minus 1 into the A into I, which is equal to, so the I unit matrix is 1, 0, 0, 1. So A into I is equal, which is equal to minus 1, 0, 0, minus 1. So hence both the matrices are equal. So now let us move on to the next type of question, which is find the inverse of 2, minus 3, minus 4 and 5. So basically how do we find the inverse of a matrix is, the formula is A to the power of minus 1, which is equal to adjoint A divided by A determinant. So first let us find out the determinant. So 2 into 5 is 10, minus 4 into minus 3 is 12. So 10 minus 12, which is equal to minus 2. So minus into minus becomes plus. Now let us find the cofactors, because in order to find the adjoint, how would you find out? The transpose of the cofactor matrix. So C11 is equal to minus 1 into 1 plus 1. So first row, first column into 5. So if you cancel the row and the column of the particular number, you get 5. So find the cofactor matrix. The transpose of the cofactor matrix is adjoint matrix. So A minus 1 is equal to adjoint A divided by A determinant. So adjoint A matrix divided by A determinant is minus 2. So when it becomes, the numerator will become minus 1 divided by 2 into 5432. So that is nothing but the A inverse. So the other method of doing this is A inverse is equal to adjoint A divided by A determinant. So how do you find out A inverse, which is equal to minus 1 divided by 2? So you're supposed to find out the determinant value, which is 2, divided by 2 into, in order to find the co-matrix, you can find it the simplest way is, obviously, so the first number will be in plus sign, the second number is in square, is in cube, so it will be in minus, third number is in 4 times, which is 4 square, it will be in, so basically your odd numbers will have the negative sign and even numbers will have the positive sign. So the first row, first column is positive, and 1 plus 2 is 3, which is a negative sign because it's odd number. So 2 plus 1 is again odd number, so it will have a negative sign. So 2 plus 2, which is a positive number, the root, I mean to tell I'm talking about the order, so which is a positive sign, so it will be a plus sign. So just write because it is a 2:2 order matrices, so you can easily write it as 5, 3, 4 and 2, because so the 2 cofactor will be, when you cancel hide the row and the column, you will get 5. So minus 4, when you cancel the row and column, it will be minus 3, the number, okay, and minus 3, when you hide the row and the column, you'll have minus 4, and 5, when you hide the row and column, you'll have plus 2. So A minus 1 is equal to minus 1 divided by 2 into 5, 4, 3 and 2. So next topic is indices or components. So an exponent is a number that indicates how many times you should multiply one number to itself. There are basically different forms. So positive exponents are the exponents that are positive numbers. So A is to the power of n is read as A as power, or n raised to the, or A raised to the power n. So for example, if you have 2 to the power of 5 or 2 raised to the power of 5, so this 5 is nothing but the exponent. So the negative exponent are the exponents which are negative number. So if A is not equal to 0 and n is a positive integer, therefore A the power of minus 1, which is can be written as in fraction as 1 divided by A to the power of n, because you cannot have a negative number that can be multiplied. So the 0 components are with 0 as the exponent. So A to the power of 0 is always equal to 1, which is, and fractional exponents are the exponents that are fractions. So the numerator is the power and the denominator is the root. Okay, so n root A can be written as A to the power of 1 by n. So now let us look into the laws of indices. So basically these are the laws of indices. First we have the product law. So when A to the power of m and A to the power of n you're supposed to multiply, how the resultant figure will be A to the power of m plus 1. So you add your exponents. So the quotient law, division law, A to the power of m divided by A to the power of n. The resultant will be A to the power of m minus n. The exponent will be minused. Next is your power law, A to the power of m, the whole to the power of n. So you're just multiplying the exponent. So A to the power of m into n. So the power law, B to the power of m, which is equal to A to the power of m, B to the power of m. So you're multiplying each exponent with the particular number. So minus A to the power of m can be written as A to the power of m when m is a even number, and minus A to the power of m can be written as minus A to the power of m when m is a odd number. So your first question, simplify 243 to the power of minus 3 by 5. So 243 to the power of minus 3 by 5 can be written as 1 by 243 to the power of 3 by 5, because it is a negative sign, your exponent or your power, which is equal to 1 divided by 3 to the power of 5. 243 is nothing but 3 to the power of 5. When you factorize it, 3 to the power of 5 into 3 by 5. So now we know that AB to the power of m is equal to a to the power of m into b to the power of n. And so this 3 to the power of 5 into 3 by 5, when you multiply a to the power of m, the whole to the power of n, that is nothing but your product power law. So a to the power of m into n. So 5 into 3 by 5, you get 3 is to 3. So 1 by 3 is to 3, which can be written as 1 by 27. So AB to the power of m is equal to a to the power of m into AB to the power of m. And a to the power of minus n can be written as 1 divided by n. That's what we first did. So our next question, simplify 4 to the power of minus 1 by 2, the whole to the power of 2 and the whole to the power of minus 3 by 4. So we have 3 powers given. So 4 can be written as 2 to the 2 square. When you keep multiplying it, a to the power of m, the whole to the power of n is equal to what? A to the power of mn. So you just multiply everything. So 2 into 1 by 3, 1 by 3 into 2 into minus 3 by 4. So when you multiply it, so the final factor will get cancelled and your answer is 2. You don't have a power because everything gets cancelled. So 2 to the power of 1. So our next question, simplify 64 to the power of minus 5 by 6, so which is divided by 27 to the power of minus 1 by 3. So 64 to the power of minus 5 by 6 divided by 27 to the power of minus 1 by 3. So that can be divided. So 64 can be written as 2 to the power of 6 and 27 can be written as 3 to the power of 3. So when you multiply the exponents, 6 and 6 gets cancelled and 3 and 3 gets cancelled. So 2 to the power of minus 5 divided by 3 to the power of minus 1. So if you see the exponent are in the negative sign, so a to the power of minus 1 can be written as 1 by a. So 2 to the power of minus 5 can be written as 1 by 2 to the power of 5, and 3 to the power of minus 1 can be written as 1 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 2 to the power of 5 into 3 by 1, so which is equal to 3 by 32. So our next question, simplify 9 3 by 2, 9 to the power of 3 by 2 minus 3 into 7 to the power of 0 minus 1 by 81 to the power of minus 1 by 2. So when you simplify it, you get it. 7 to the power of 0 is 1. Any number to the power of 0 is always 1. 1 by 81 to the power of minus 1 by 2. So when you take the fraction, it will become 81 to the power of 1 by 2 because it is in minus sign. So when you put it in plus sign, so it will become 81 to the power of 1 by 2. So when you solve it, 9 can be written as 3 square. So 2 and 2 gets cancelled, minus 3 into 1. 81 can be written as 3 to the power of 4. So 2 ones are, 2 twos are. So 3 cube minus 3 square. So which can be written as 27 minus 3 minus 9. Hence 27 minus 12 is equal to 15. Thank you everyone.